MotorWeek is made possible by TireRack.com and RockAuto.com.
Now, if you've ever left your house, watched TV, or opened a magazine, you probably know a Ford Taurus when you see one. This aerodynamic family sedan has been the standard of its class since its introduction in 1985. The basic design is so sound that Ford has had little reason to change it for the last 6.5 years. But the last couple of years have seen some formidable competitors arrive. Cars like Honda's sophisticated Accord and Chevrolet's reasonably priced Lumina. So Ford is finally making major changes to the Taurus. But will those changes be enough to keep the Taurus competitive? Along with its Mercury Sable counterpart, the Ford Taurus looks much the same as it has in the past, but there are actually more than 200 changes and 750 new parts. All of the Taurus's body panels, except the doors and roof, have been redesigned and smoothed out. Almost 4 inches more length and a reduction in drag are the results of the '92 redesign. Headlights have been slimmed down and the nose cleaned up. The same treatment has been given to the tail of the car, and both make for a lower profile appearance either coming or going. Sable's exterior lines have also been softened and slimmed with new body side moldings, color-keyed rocker panels on GS models, and special wheels not available on the Taurus. Squared rear fender arches, vertical bumper slats, and the familiar light bar separates the more upscale Sable from its sister car. Owners of the powerful Taurus SHO have complained that the car was not distinctive enough from the regular Taurus. Addressing that problem, the '92 SHO shares headlight assemblies with the Sable and sports a smoother front fascia. Ultra-slim fog lamps and 16-inch alloy rims wearing 60 series rubber finish the car's aggressive look. But badging is still minimal and subtle enough to keep the SHO inconspicuous to outsiders. Inside, the dashboard has been revamped to a new flow-through design, but it is still well laid out and retains most of the qualities we liked on the old car. In addition to a standard driver's side airbag, 1992 Taurus and Sables will be available with an optional passenger side airbag to improve safety in front-end collisions. Because of the Sable's luxury orientation, the dash is more sculpted and slightly different from the Taurus's. Supportive seats in the SHO have been lifted directly from the Thunderbird SC and require a good touch to operate the numerous out-of-view controls. Backlit electric window controls have been moved to a horizontal position on the driver's door for better visibility and ease of use. New radios for this year are more powerful, easier to operate, and offer an optional CD player as well. Remote switches for the radio are located on the right side of the instrument pod, something we're not crazy about. Remote radio control should be on the steering wheel, so the driver does not have to remove his or her hands from the wheel. Ford was the first U.S. automaker to use the latest European-style rotary climate controls and keeps them as standard in all Taurus and Sable models. But this SHO boasts the optional electronic climate control system. Interior storage has been expanded to include dash-mounted cup holders and change dispensers, along with a hollow armrest for smaller items. Gauges are still large and easy to read, but fall short of informing the driver of vital engine functions such as oil pressure and volts. A positive attribute of the original Taurus design was a high rear seat that provided passengers with better visibility than in most competitors, a feature continued here. The extra length allowed trunk space to be expanded to 17.9 cubic feet. However, the liftover height is not at bumper level, making the loading of heavy objects somewhat cumbersome. But for really big loads, don't forget the stylish Taurus and Sable station wagons. They continue with all of the sedan's upgrades. Their good looks, seating for 7, and wide cargo floor won them our Driver's Choice Award as Best Wagon Design for 5 consecutive years. We still think they are great wagons and a good choice for those who wouldn't be caught dead in a minivan. The 3.8-liter V6, first introduced to the Taurus and Sable in 1988, remains an option on sedans but is standard in the wagons. The 55 pound-feet more torque it provides over the smaller 3-liter is needed to move the heavier loads that wagons usually carry. Roller tappets have been added to the 3-liter to reduce noise and wear. The SHO keeps its Yamaha-built 220 horsepower 24-valve 3-liter V6 unchanged. That includes no automatic transmission. But we are pleased to see a switch from cable to solid rod linkage on the manual shifter. That and other internal transmission changes have improved drivability for the 5-speed. Thanks to this, 0 to 60 acceleration times for the SHO improved slightly to 6.7 seconds. An automatic Taurus LX with the 3.8-liter V6 will manage the same feat in 9.5 seconds. Other mechanical changes include numerous improvements to the body structure, as well as a retuned suspension that allows for a better ride without loss of handling ability. Tires and wheels ride quieter, while a speed-sensitive power steering unit, borrowed from the Continental, is standard on Taurus LX and all Sables. Brakes are basically unchanged, disc in the front and drums in the rear. An all-disc anti-lock system is optional on sedans and wagons and standard on the SHO. The sum of the changes to the 1992 Ford Taurus and Mercury Sable is that the $650 million spent to refine these cars makes them almost as impressive today as in 1985. While competition for the Taurus and Sable from GM and the imports has improved greatly, we think that the trend-setting Ford products can still hold their own. The '92 Taurus Sable is a great design made greater.